Welcome back to She Does the Podcast. I'm Gina Joyce.
And Laura Moose.
And today we have the wonderful Jessica Dean here from Joynes Ben Franklin. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I'm so excited to be here.
We're all friends, so this is always fun to get to chat, but let alone be on a podcast together. So
Yeah.
Yes.
My first podcast.
Yay!
Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah.
We would like to start with learning something about you, your business, Ben Franklin. How does it feel to keep one of the iconic places here in Grand Marais and in the States? What is it like keeping
The brand.
Yeah.
Alive and well.
So I'm kind of like you, Laura. Like, I did not grow up in Minnesota or the Midwest or where there were a lot of Ben Franklins. I had no idea what a Ben Franklin was. Sorry. Like, when we first purchased the business, one of the first things I said was, I think we need to shorten the name. It was like Joynes Department Store and Ben Franklin. And I was like, that is way too long of a name.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think we should just cut out the Ben Franklin. And then the first summer that we, we owned it and worked at it, there were so many people that came in and was like, is this a real Ben Franklin? And I was like, never mind. We have to keep the Ben Franklin. Like, I didn't realize what it meant, like what a big deal it was for people that grew up with it.
And
like,
maybe for people that don't know what Ben Franklin is, can you explain a little about kind of the history behind it?
Yeah, so Ben Franklin was a chain of stores that started, oh gosh, this is really going to test me, but a long time ago.
Double check here.
Yeah, and so basically the Ben Franklin chain was kind of like the Walmart or Target of the day. Like, there was one in every small town. That's what we hear most about.
Yeah,
like,
the iconic department store.
The iconic department store. There were like candies. Everyone's like, I had one in my town, and I would always bring my change, and I would be able to get like penny candies or whatever, and like, or get crafts, or there were also hardware supplies and stuff. But it went under, like, the business, the franchise itself went under in the 90s.
1927.
There you go. Started in
Long time.
1927.
Almost. It'll be 100 years.
Yeah.
It'll be 100 years next year.
Yeah.
You gotta have a party.
That's a great idea. Yeah. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
250 for America this year and 100 for Ben Franklin.
Yes.
But basically someone bought the name Ben Franklin, the naming rights. So in order to, like, be a Ben Franklin still, like, we pay a fee to keep the name.
Like royalty.
But yeah, exactly, a royalty fee. But, like, a lot of people grew up with a Ben Franklin in their town, and they're like, is this really a Ben Franklin? And then when they come and see everything, they're like, yeah, this is different from the Ben Franklin I grew up with, because it is very different. It is very, like, unique in that it was not just a Ben Franklin, it was the department store of a small town. So we're like one of the oldest Pendleton dealers in Minnesota, and like,
Which I love.
Gina
I'm
is
a
huge
frequent
fan.
Pendleton buyer.
Yes, we thank you for your loyalty. But, like, I mean, we have, like, toothbrushes when you forget your toothbrush. We also have Boundary Waters coffee and all these other things that are
Which is
very
your
unique.
brand.
Yes.
You guys started that. Yeah.
Yes. So that's a story. I don't know if you want me to go into that now, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's cool how you merged it into that.
Yes. So Boundary Waters Coffee started about 30 years ago in the 90s with White Pine North, which was a small boutique gift shop in Grand Marais. And it was one of 3 businesses that were unfortunately involved and burned in a fire in 2020. And so that was, like, right when my husband and I, Tyler, just had purchased that business from Jim and Jackie Larson, who were longtime owners, who basically, like, poured their lives, and that was their store and their business. And unfortunately, it was just, there was a fire, and we lost it. It was right also when, like, I want to say, like, 2 or 3 weeks after the governor had shut down the state
During
because of COVID. Yeah. So, we basically lost everything. We had owned the business, but not the real estate portion. Like, the Larsons had still held on to that, and we were trying to work with them to rebuild, because they wanted to retire. They didn't, want to necessarily build a whole thing, but we were still young and wanted to be involved in that. But it was, like, so expensive during COVID with lumber prices shooting up. So we just, I mean, it took a while. It was like maybe a couple years, I want to say like a year and a half. Like we were basically like moving forward with plans. Like we had a friend who did architect or like design work, and she literally like helped us lay out architecture plans on her free time pro bono. And thanks, Hannah. And she like basically we were really moving forward with this and trying to make it happen and make it work. And then when we realized how expensive it was, it was just, we were like, okay, we gotta put this, like, we're not gonna be able to afford this, and it's never gonna pay for itself. So we kind of just laid down that idea. And then I want to say like the next week or a couple of weeks after, Jim Joynes contacted us and was like, hey, we were involved in kind of like a weekly meeting with all the businesses that had burned, as well as Jim, because Jim had a parking lot that was right next to, like, adjacent to all the businesses. So we were trying to see, should we all work together to rebuild, or is this going to be an individual thing? But Jim basically reached out and saw my husband, Tyler. So he was mainly the one that was involved in all the meetings. I was with our young son at the time. He was a baby, so I was home with
Busy.
our oldest. Yes. I was home with our oldest, and he was in those meetings. And then Jim was like, why don't you guys just buy our business? Like, we're looking to pass it on, and we think it could be a great fit. And so Tyler worked for a summer with them, and like it was a kind of a trial period to see if it would be a good fit for both the Joynes and us. And it was. So then in January of 2022, we purchased the Ben Franklin with the help of the Joynes.
Has it been that long already?
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's the 5th year this year. It's crazy.
Congratulations. I think that perseverance that you and Tyler had is really impressive. And I like how, like, when we talk about it, you had said, you know, it's Tyler's baby and I'm kind of coming alongside him. But you mentioned that you're finding your place in it.
Oh, totally.
Which I think is really important, because you're doing a lot of really cool things. You're bringing in like very intentional sections of the store. You're sourcing awesome things. Can you maybe share a little about that and like how you got past that imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
Because I think we all feel that.
Oh,
sometimes.
for sure. I was like, in the beginning, so, I mean, this is a whole thing with like the store too. Like when we took it on, we had like rehired the employees that had been there for a while, but we were working the floor. Like Tyler and I were on the sales floor for like 2 years straight, just like doing everything with everyone, which was great. I feel like that was very needed. I was like literally at the coffee bar with Boundary Waters Coffee for like selling coffee all summer, the first summer that I was there. And it was great. It was great to meet people, to like get to hear, you know, like who are our customers and meet them, you know, and not just be like, it's not just like a name, or it's not just a business transaction. It was like, oh, you are the person that like keeps ordering coffee. Even during COVID and when the business had burnt down, we were packaging coffee and we were continuing that business at the community center. And we were still like, people were purchasing coffee and supporting us through the pandemic. And we were like, thank you so much. Like, we got to meet those people and thank them.
Yeah.
But it was very much Tyler's baby. Like, my husband is truly like an entrepreneur and like really gifted in business. I am not necessarily, but I'm finding my place. Like, I really struggled a lot, like I would say in the first 3 or 4 years until this year. Like, I really struggled with like knowing what my place was, knowing, you know, like I struggled a lot. I mean, like, just to be completely honest and bare. Like, I was like,
no, I mean, it's good that you're saying this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of people that feel that.
It's real life. It just makes you human. You know?
Exactly.
If everything was perfect, if you were always happy, then I'd be like, there's no way she's always happy.
No,
Everything is perfect. Like,
no. I really battled like with my identity, with like, I knew that I was a mom and I knew that I wanted to also be involved in the work, but I didn't necessarily also just want to be like cleaning the bathroom. And that's kind of an inside joke because Tyler would never clean the bathroom. I literally clean the bathroom.
Tyler, what the heck?
Come on, man.
What the heck? Yeah.
I know you got gloves.
That's also an inside joke because Gina and Thomas. Yes.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
we needed gloves, and Tyler's like, well, I got some. You can have them because they're meant for cleaning the bathroom, and I refused to do that. So here you go.
So yeah, but basically, I literally cleaned the bathroom for 4 years, you guys. Like, it's not a store wide bathroom.
We're calling you out, Tyler. Come on.
Tyler takes the next 4 years now.
Oh no. So now we have like a rotation, and it's like a part of, all of us use the bathroom. All the staff use it. We can all help pitch in and clean it. But yeah, I didn't want to be the one just scrubbing the toilets and and just like serving coffee. I wanted to find my place, and now I feel like I struggled a lot. Like, I kind of also, like, I would look to other things. I was like, oh, maybe I could be involved in this project and do this thing. And like that, I would like pour myself into that, but that wasn't really my place either. Like, I wanted to be in our business, and Tyler also wanted me to be in our business. He just didn't know maybe how to make the room. And now
like
we are learning. Yes. In what capacity, how to let go of certain things. I mean, he always knew that he could not pick women's clothing and women's shoes. So that was always kind of my deal. But like, now it's a little bit more than that.
But like, now you've brought in, like, you have a new home goods section, and you styled it so lovely.
New brands.
Yes.
And new styles.
Yes. We've been bringing in this year is super exciting. I know that, like, I don't know, sometimes change is hard for people, but we are super excited because we have like 2 really good shoe brands that we're bringing in. We have that whole, like, we cleared out where our Thai Beanie Babies used to take over the entrance. And we kind of like made that a little like beautiful home section where.
Thank you. Yeah. My children would always be like, I want it. I'm like, goodness, how many more do we need? So
we still have some, but it's not right. Exactly. Area. It's in the toy area. Yeah. That hidden. Also, I want to thank Ann Jorgensen. Shout out, Ann, because she came in one Christmas and was like, hey, do you guys have these like bottle brush trees, like those for decoration? And I was like, I have those at home, but I don't have them in the store. And she's like, well, you should have them in the store. And I'm like, we should. Yeah. We should have things that I would want to buy in our store, And so, like, that's awesome. That was a collaborative effort. So,
and I am very fond of yours and Tyler's kind of motto for the store, which is, if we don't have it, you don't need it.
Yeah. That was there before we were there. But
it's so spot on, because you have literally everything from, like you said, candy, home goods, Pendleton, shoes, coffee, apparel, and even like a whole craft section, office section, bug spray and bug nets. Important. And it's amazing. All the things you have. It's really fun and helpful. Oh, greeting cards too. Yes. I've raided that aisle many times.
I just reordered those because we were running a little low.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jess, if there is 3 fun facts that you could share with us about you, what would they be?
Okay, so I think my 3 fun facts would be where I'm from originally. Like, I grew up in New York most of my life. I basically on Long Island. It's like the suburbs of New York City. I went to school at the University of Pennsylvania, and my parents are Korean. A lot of people are like, oh, where are you from? I'm from New York, and my parents are Korean. And so that's a part of my heritage. It's a part of my, like, who I am. I'm not like fluent in Korean. I can speak a little bit, and I love that you went to Korea, Laura, and you know what it's like, and you're like excited about it with me. Yes. I feel like Korea's having its moment right now with like between K-beauty and K-pop Demon Hunters and BTS.
And the K-drama.
Oh, K-dramas, yes. They're addicting, just beware.
Yep. Watch out.
Yes. So I'm really proud of that, and proud of my
culture.
Parents. Yeah, my parents' heritage, and I think it's important, like to also pass that on. My kids think they're just white. I think they don't understand. They also half Asian. We brought them to Korea, and it was like culture shock for them because they were like, I don't understand anything anyone's saying. So maybe one day it would be nice for them to also like learn Korean and
embrace their culture.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be able to teach it to them, but I teach them words here and there, and we make sure that they learn from me and not from Daddy. Daddy can't pronounce Korean right.
Sorry, Tyler.
A for effort.
Yeah.
This is the roast of Tyler.
This is. I guess it's turning into that. Sorry, Tyler. I love you.
If you know Tyler, you know he's such a jokester. So it's okay.
Yeah. And then, where I went to college, I went to the University of Pennsylvania. I do not use anything that I studied in college, but it was an amazing like growth experience where I really grew, I would say first and foremost, like in my faith, in my like the reality of like, I don't know, like, I'm like, I am no one but someone, you know, like it's like this weird dichotomy of like, I like to be known by God and to be known by, I feel like it's, okay, I also want to say this. I feel like it's very, like, it's a loaded thing right now to say that you're Christian. And I want to say that I am a Christ following believer, but like, I feel like Christ and Christians and the church have been so misrepresented lately. And it's so sad and hard and painful to watch. And so I feel like that's a loaded word, but it is a place where I really learned to like get to know God and get to know who I am in God, and just realize his love for me, but also like the people around me and the world, and like how we can help each other. And so and I have built like the best and most amazing friendships with friends in college. And so we started this thing like 4 years ago or so where we meet every year and go on a girls trip. And that's like one of my highlights of the year, where we can like reconnect. And we have a hard time like keeping in touch like throughout the year, but that's like the one time where we know we can like focus and have fun and like just be,
And there's
That's
you,
beautiful.
and you pick a different spot every year, right?
Yes,
So
yeah.
you just did it for
New
this
York
year.
City. Yep. Yeah. So I really missed home. My parents have since moved from New York, so now I don't get to go visit them there,
Yeah.
but it was so good to be back in New York. And
Nice. So you're in the book and you're on the podcast, and we always try to ask a question that kind of ties it back to the book, or a few questions. But what does doing look like for you? Is it loud or quiet? Is it public or private? Because I think we all have a different style of how we like to do and get things done and achieve. What does that look like for you?
yeah, for sure. I feel like for me personally, I am more a quiet person. Like I don't necessarily like, so I'm also a twin. Like I grew up as I have a twin sister.
didn't know
In
that.
fact. Yeah. I was going to say that and then I forgot,
fun
but I
fact.
have a twin
my
sister.
gosh.
And I'm used to like, I think growing up as a twin, like you're just always together, you know, like we weren't in class together, but we always had like friends and we always worked together. So I was never like the center of attention, just me personally. And I'm like, it makes me a little uncomfortable.
Sure.
But like I also, I don't know, I just like helping and serving and doing things in the background. Like that's kind of like my style a little bit. I feel like it also changes with what setting I'm in. But yeah, I really like, I think in our store and in our business, I really like, I want to look out for the team and like kind of see the team dynamic and kind of like make sure that everyone's doing okay. And Tyler is like totally a go, go, go. So I'm the one that's kind of like, let's slow down a little bit. Let's make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's like, you know, like, so that's kind of like, I guess my role in my, how I do in a way.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's important too. Like the things you don't see in everyday business, taking care of the team, making sure everyone's aligned, and yeah,
exactly.
It's important.
Yeah.
It makes you like, it makes the people that work with you want to stick around, and you're making sure that they're happy and taken care of. And by the way, when I see the videos of you guys with your staff dancing and like playing with the merchandise, I'm like, I want to be part of that
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
I want to be there and like just hang
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. It's really fun. Yeah,
If you
we're
haven't
really
seen
lucky.
the videos on Instagram, they're all super fun. So
Joynes
check
Ben
those out.
Follow
Franklin.
them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a funny story about this too, though,
Yeah.
because I noticed like my oldest son really notices like little quirks or like, I don't know how to describe it, but like he notices very distinct things about people. So like we have a friend who builds and he's always wearing overalls, and he noticed that he always like puts his hands in his overalls, and then another friend who always like has his keys on his jeans, and so he does that and he wants to be like that.
Aw.
And then but I noticed recently that he really like observes and he notices things like that. And so I was like, Oliver, what is mommy like? I kind of wanted to know like
Yeah.
what he saw, and he was like, mommy doesn't like to work. And I was like, what? And we cracked up laughing. But I think it is because often whenever, like I'm always the one picking them up from school. And whenever there's like a snow day or something, like I'm the one home taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
He is such a daddy's boy. So he would love to have daddy time. And so I'm like realizing now, maybe I should let him have daddy time and also show him like mommy does like to work, but I also love my kids,
Yeah.
But it's like, it's kind of like that balance of like, you want to show your kids that they're important to you and that they're priority. But also like, I do like to work and I want to show them that women can work and it's important to work,
Fact.
And so, yeah, like I'm like, yeah, maybe Tyler should do some more pickups and home
There you
days
go.
and stuff. So yeah.
Daddy snow days.
Exactly. He had a lot of that. I just thank you, Tyler. Like all my trips that I went on by myself, they canceled school both.
Up and
times.
Yeah,
Nice.
we saw him for all of them, and I was like,
Yeah.
good job, Tyler.
Yeah.
Want to go to Mug Club?
Yeah. That was
There was some beers involved. Yeah. The
Thank you,
kids
Voyager.
colored. The parents had beer.
Yeah.
Jess was traveling.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
Yeah, the reel that like it kind of went crazy with the kids like going during the snowstorm. That was also he was
when it was
alone with
closed.
them. They had to be there with him because he was literally alone with them. So thanks, Tyler.
But they get involved too in their own
Yes,
ways. Like
yes.
it's really fun. They
Yes.
they do some of the videos, but
Yes.
I really love watching them on like Fisherman's Picnic, which is an event every August here.
Yes.
There's a parade, and they're
Oh,
always
yeah.
in the parade.
They're
and
very into
they're
that.
throwing out candy. They're driving their little John Deere,
Yep.
and that's really fun to see
Yep.
them be involved.
Oh, yeah.
In that way, despite them being so young.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
like
they
I
love
think
it.
it's and like my daughter's the same way. She loves to be in the shop, and like
Yeah.
she goes right for the broom and starts sweeping. I don't know why, but
awesome.
it's like
That's awesome.
it's fun to see them involved in
For
their
sure.
own ways.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They're learning.
I love it.
Yes. Yes. So, thank you so much for being in the book and for being part of our podcast.
Yeah,
It
thanks
means a
for
lot to
having
us.
me.
Yes.
I'm so honored.
And it's so fun to hang out with you too.
It
I
is
love
so
it.
fun.
We are closing now.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for you to share with us and the women who are listening right now, if they have to take something with them after, listening to you, what would that be?
I think that the biggest thing would be to like recognize, like I was thinking about this morning too, and coming here to talk to you ladies, like just recognizing all the women who have been there for me, like my own mother who worked so hard. She worked nights like all throughout the time we were in school so that she could sleep while we were in school and take us to all our extracurricular activities and like cook us dinner at night. And like my mom sacrificed so much for us. And then I think of like other people, like I have a dear, dear friend who does not have children, but she is like a spiritual mother to me. And she's just amazing and still so much a part of my life that like, I could not be here without those women. And like, we are women kind of like, you guys are doing great, like just featuring and lifting up other women, but just like remembering those women and acknowledging them and thanking them. And like we couldn't be here without all of them who went before us. So
That's beautiful.
That's really beautiful.
Spot on.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom.
thanks all the moms.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, our friends. It takes a village, and
Yes.
what a village we have. We're lucky.
Yeah, we're so lucky.
Yeah. And we're here for each other.
Yeah.
Whether it is business or motherhood, and we're also sharing with each other the struggles and
Yeah.
the happy moments. And I'm so glad for this group that we have, where we can just be ourselves and our children can just destroy the place together.
Thank goodness you have girls. you guys have girls, so
Yes.
it balances out the boys a little bit.
balance.
Yeah.
No, I think that that's part of why we are doing the podcast and the book, and she does as a whole, because we've found that community and that connection to your womanhood that I want to not only celebrate it and highlight it, but also inspire others to find it, or do the same in their own tribe, if you will.
Yeah,
like
totally.
lift each other up and celebrate each other, because women are amazing. So
Yeah, and we want to welcome more people too.
yeah,
In our community. So
Totally.
that's great. Thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it was so fun hanging out.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of She Does the Podcast. And when you're in town here in Grand Marais next, please be sure to stop at Joynes Ben Franklin and say hi to Jess and Tyler and check out their fun shop. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Till next time, take care.